Hey folks, hopefully this is going to be one of those funny sort of setups where it took me ages to get this done, and by ages I mean only a few hours, but hopefully we'll be able to cover it in like a minute, and then that'll be my nice short video for the day. Be like a nice little end cap to the situation. I went through and did a refactor, so the previously we had all of the different data structures were in their own class types, and it was all, even though they were all similar, they weren't literally the same base class or same abstract or interface or anything like that. And so it was just really messy, and I found it was hard for me to wrap my brain around it. And so I was able to actually consolidate it so that we have the data structures, which themselves are a collection of datum structures, and or datum, depending on which side of Google you ask. Um, the the benefit here is I don't have the one class inside of the other. I actually think I'm going to move away from that going forward. That I don't actually like that. I don't like doing the class dot whatever dot enum kind of thing. So this way I can keep things split out better. It'll make, again, if I do any unit test, it'll make that easier. And overall, I just think it's pretty sweet. So we've been able to consolidate all of this into its own section. So we've got our data structures, and then down here we've got our datum structures, datum, whatever. And these are just the selected ones whenever you're working in the game, and you as a player, or us being the whoever ends up working on this, if anyone else is doing it, it allows us to select that object that you're trying to edit at the moment. Like maybe you want to add a Moosecat to an adventure, or you want to edit a room or something like that. Much like city builders, you're only ever doing it to one object at a time. Like in City Skylines, you can't select like 15 things and move them all at once. Probably for good reason. I imagine that would be a pain in the butt. So we've got all of those now together in their own little section. I put the base at the top just so that it wasn't in the middle, because it was really weird to see three of them in that. I don't believe this is actually being used, so we can delete that one. Now we just gotta wait for the recompile. Cool. Okay, so look at that. Just cleaned up some code while explaining this. And then I've renamed the catalogs folder to prefab catalogs, because that's what these are. And I realized that this will be easier for my brain to remember going forward, is that these are the data structures for easily accessing all the prefabs that are associated with any particular kind of thing, be it Moosecats, be it rooms, perhaps later, be it furniture. We could just have these catalogs where you can go and easily access whichever thing you need, usually finding it by its type or breed or what have you. And yeah, that'll cover that. So this cleanup, I think, will really make things just easier for me. I've been going through and I'm writing up the Confluence documentation finally for it. So as I go forward, if for some reason I do forget, I can just click on those links, and that'll be great. The worth noting, if I press play, and assuming that, yep, okay, everything works. So obviously I've got some new warnings and stuff and messages that I've added in. That's all totally fine, not a problem. But as you can see, like, I've got my 3 rooms that loaded. They've got the cats in them, and they're in their proper rooms. If I stop and reload, it all works again. Every single class has all of their references updated. The saving all works, obviously, because that's how I loaded. So yeah, it's all at a nice parity point, and I'm pleased. Usually when you do this kind of rework, it takes days and it doesn't work. And so the fact that it only took me a couple hours and it does all work, basically the moment I got everything set up, it worked. That's real promising. I'm going to go back through. I do have the unit tests, so I am going to go back through and actually rewrite them slightly, so that they're not all spread out in different classes, because it's kind of messy. And I don't, in the case of unit testing, if you have a particular test suite that you want to accomplish, then it's probably better to have all of your test suite in a single test class. And then for each suite of things that you're trying to test, like one for testing loading, maybe one for testing saving, maybe one for testing if once we have more functionality on the cats, whether or not the cats move when you tell them to move and that sort of stuff. But I have no idea if this will, oh, it actually won't let me run it. It looks like oh, right, because we're in play mode. So I'm not even sure if this will actually work right now, because I haven't gone through and tested these. Oh, hey, it did. Oh, but you can't even see. let me just pop this over here so you can actually see it. Yeah, so I ran all the unit tests, so I know for a fact now that all of my stuff works because I just ran through the unit test and everything passed, all my assertions and stuff. So I mean, other than this one where I say it's a bit of a lie because I don't know what to assert yet. But yeah, so that's good. That's just the default code. I haven't put anything in there. But yeah, so this is great. So the unit test passed, all my work passed, all of it compiled. I did it all on a separate branch, which I can now merge into master. And just in general, if you ever find yourself in the future doing development, having all that sort of fall in line is extremely rare and extremely pleasant. So that's what I'll probably end this on. So much shorter than usual, probably better for everyone involved. The next one will likely be another hour of me slamming my head against the keyboard or something. So yeah, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.